Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Tanay and this is Uyang Beauty. I am so excited about today's video. In today's video, we are finally going to be playing with the full Colourpop X Sailor Moon collection. It took me 3 restocks on the Colourpop website and 2 restocks on the Ulta website to finally get every single piece in the collection. I got the eyeshadow palette when the collection first launched, which was in early March. I was trying to get the full bundle. I was there launch time 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Here in Memphis, it's Central Standard Time, so it was noon here. Had the full bundle in my cart ready to go, but I noticed the Afterpay option wasn't working, and I was trying to figure that out. And while I was trying to figure that out, the bundle sold out and it was removed from my cart. But I went back and tried to get the individual pieces, and by the time I made it and got to the shopping cart, because they had a little line, the only thing that was available still there was the eyeshadow palette. It's the only thing that I was able to get. It was annoying because what had happened was that Colourpop had deactivated the Afterpay feature. If you guys use Afterpay, you know what that is. That's where you can select that option and it splits everything up into 4 equal payments every 2 weeks. Well, they had deactivated that option but didn't say anything beforehand, so I didn't know until after the fact. Had they said something beforehand, I would have known and I would have just been prepared to use a different payment option. But because of that, I got messed up and the only thing that I ended up getting was the eyeshadow palette. It also affected those living in like Asia and I think Australia and some other countries, because apparently the collection was not available in their country. And once again, that was not said ahead of time on Instagram or anything. So they're up here at 3 a.m. trying to get the collection, only to find out that the collection was not available. So the original launch date was pretty messed up. And then every time after that, when they restock, the blushes would sell out. It just got really frustrating. When they did the last restock, I was out taking Lyft rides when the collection launched, so I was convinced I was not going to be able to get the blushes. It was about 12:30 when I was finally able to take a break and sign on, and I was very surprised because both blushes and the other face glitter I needed were still available. So of course I grabbed them, and here we are, full collection. We're ready to play around. This collection includes an eyeshadow palette, 2 blushes, 2 face glitters, and 2 lip sets. They have an ultra blotted lip and an ultra glossy lip in each set. Everything about this collection is absolutely beautiful, including the artwork on the actual outer cartons. This is the first time I've actually kept the actual carton packaging that the products came in. Usually I just toss them. Even with the Milan ones, I didn't keep those, only because the artwork was the same as it was in the actual product, so there was no reason to keep them. But in this case, the artwork is completely different than the packaging itself, so I made sure to keep them. This is what the packaging on the eyeshadow palette carton looks like. These are the blushes. Both blushes are identical, so I may only keep one of these boxes, but we'll have to see. These are the lip set packages. And then this is the box that the glitters came in. The other box is sitting back here displayed on my shelf, but it's absolutely identical to this one, so I may only end up keeping one of these boxes as well. This is the eyeshadow palette. It's called the Pretty Guardian. I actually showcased this in my top 10 eyeshadow palettes. That one should have gone up before this one as well. I'll drop a card in this video if that one has in fact gone up. I'm not going to do swatches for this since this is not a nude collection. I did film a video using this eyeshadow palette when I first got it back in March, so I'll drop a card for that one in this video, or at least drop a link down below if you guys want to check that one out and see actual swatches. But like I said, this palette has been around for a while, so there's no reason for me to actually do that. But this is the packaging. You just kind of go back and forth, and the mouth kind of opens and closes. It's just absolutely adorable. And these are the blushes from the Moon and Cat's Eye. As you can see, they have that same finish where you kind of go back and forth like the eyeshadow palette has. Just absolutely adorable. And each one of these you can see is a little bit slightly different than the other. This is the first lip set. Moon Tiara and Usagi. Usagi is the ultra blotted lip. Moon Tiara is the glossy lip. But as you can see, you have the gold moons on the lids, and then you have moons also around the gold part, the ring along the top of the lips. And this is the second set. Same moons in the top, same gold here. This one is Bunhead, which is the matte, and this one is Sailor Moon, which is the ultra glossy lip. We also have the 2 face glitters. This one is Moonlight Legend. This one, as you can see, is more pink. This one is Moon Prism Power, and this one is more purple. That's the collection full. Let's go ahead and play around. All right, let's go ahead and put together this look. I've already done all my base products, foundation, concealer, primer. For primer, I'm using this one from Shop Miss A. This is the A+ No Pore Face Primer. I'm also going to be setting with this A+ setting spray. Both of these were new products that I used in my last Shop Miss A video. Unless something got switched around, that video should have gone up before this one. I really enjoyed both these products as a first impression, so I thought I would test them with different foundations and powders and stuff to see what the results are, to see if everything is consistent. If I end up liking the results I get throughout the month, these may show up in my favorites video for September, so look out for that. My foundation is the Pretty Fresh foundation from Colourpop. I am concealing with the Pretty Fresh concealer, and my powder is the Colourpop No Filter powder in Banana. I'm also using the Becca Under Eye Corrector in Medium Deep and the Colourpop Brow Pencil. This one is in dark brown. I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyelids using the Pretty Fresh concealer. I just didn't feel like pulling anything else out, so we're going to go ahead and use this one. So, what do we want to start with? I think I'm going to start with Justice and go ahead and lay that on the eyelid and just above the crease, just to kind of start with. I absolutely love the shades in this palette. They're just so pretty to me. I don't normally like the mattes that have that sparkle in it, but when it comes to a Sailor Moon type collection, it makes perfect sense to have all the sparkle and shine that you can possibly throw in there. I'm wondering if you can see it. Can you see any of the actual sparkle? I can see a little bit in person, but not much. Just a hint of glitter, but not too much. So how are you guys doing out there? How are you holding up? My kids are about to go into their 3rd week of virtual learning. The first 2 weeks actually went pretty well. I stayed home for the entire first week just to kind of make sure that everybody was settled in, that they knew their schedules, all the logins, when they were supposed to actually get into their classrooms. I think I'm actually going to kind of pull that out right there, kind of towards the temples, just a touch. Now I'm going to take Tuxedo Rose. I'm going to put that into my crease area. That is so pretty. Oh, so much pigment in this palette. The way that they're doing the virtual learning with my kids is they're using the Microsoft Teams platform. Ooh, you can see more sparkle in that one. Oh, that's so pretty. Ooh, but each classroom has a different Microsoft Teams meeting that you go into. So basically you pull up the app and then there are different classrooms and you just click on the one that you want to go into and then you click join for the meeting. It should be simple enough for the most part. It's working okay, but like my son's 2nd class for the afternoon class, the English Language Arts class, I can't even say English Language Arts class. They were the ones that were having the most trouble. The teacher's like a little bit older. I think she was just having some issues with figuring out the technology and stuff. But once everything got figured out, it went pretty smoothly. The 2nd week was a little bit more chaotic because my son's main teacher, or the first teacher, the math, science, social studies teacher, was out because she had had an accident. So she was going to be out for the whole week. And since this is a new platform that we're using, we don't know how substitutes and all that stuff works. So we were having a difficult time trying to figure out where he was supposed to go, which classroom he was supposed to be in. But by Thursday and Friday, we got it all figured out. So the week kind of ended less chaotic than it began. I'm going to take Love and kind of put that towards the inner corner of my eye. Basically, though, by the end of the first week and going into the 2nd, my youngest, the 7-year-old, kind of had it figured out. So I'm able to leave him and his sister's 15, so she's the one that's kind of helping to make sure that both of them are on track. But because of the fact that he was pretty much able to figure it out, that meant that I could leave the 2 of them alone, and he could do his own schedule and she could do hers, and she wouldn't have to stop, to help him or anything, because he's got it figured out. The only thing she really has to do is just to kind of make sure that he has lunch, and that's really it. So now I'm going to take Miracle Romance, which is this beautiful bright lavender purple. We're just going to kind of lay that towards the outer part of the eye, and then we're going to lay down a shimmer. Oh my God, that is such a pretty pepper. That is such a pretty purple. And also ours, we have live teaching. So there's a live teacher that's in there for the entire time doing the lessons. And then each day with my son, he has support class, and that's music, art, PE, intervention, and what's the other one? Drawing, music. But so each week, each day of the week, depending on which class he's supposed to have for that day, he will click into that one during the support time. But the way that I've seen some platforms in other counties and states being done, like the teacher pops on for about 30 minutes, tells the students what it is they need to be working on and their assignments and stuff, and then the students are basically kind of expected to figure it out and get the work done and complete it. I'm glad that they're not doing that with us. To me, that would be harder, because if the students haven't really truly been taught how to do it, then they're not really going to know how to do it. I'm taking just a little bit more of Tuxedo Rose and kind of taking that right into and above the crease. Kind of lost a little bit of it when I lay down that glorious, beautiful purple shade. Now, I don't really know what I'm going for with this look. I just want to play with as many of these colors as I possibly can. There is no rhyme or reason to anything that I'm doing. I'm just trying to put as much color as I can on my face. I think I want to go ahead and lay something down on my lower lash line, so I'm trying to figure out what I want to do there. I think I'm going to take Tuxedo Rose and put that on the outer part, and then take a little bit of the Justice yellow shade and put that towards the inner corner. I have kind of a flat, thin kind of a brush because I want to get it as close to the lash line as I can. And then I think I want to bring it out just a little bit like that. Yeah, this is definitely not a subtle look by any means. I'm always up for trying something different, something a little bit more unique. I'm getting a little bit of fallout too. That's to be expected when you have shadow with a little bit of shimmer in it. It's no big deal. I can fix it. Now I'm taking that Justice yellow shade and I want to take that into the inner portion. Can you even see that? It's like I can see it in person, but I don't know if you can see it on camera. I'm going to wet my brush just a little bit and see if I can make that shade just a little more vibrant. All right, so I've wet it. All right, there we go. Getting just a little bit more vibrance in that yellow shade. Dust away just a little bit of that fallout there. One thing about this particular look, since we're using, kind of a Sailor Moon inspired look here, is that even if we end up with a little bit of glitter and pink falling on our face, it kind of works with the entire look. Now we're going to finish off this eye look with one of these beautiful metallic finishes in here. And of course, the one that we're going to go for is Lunar. You guys know that is my absolute favorite shimmer in this entire palette. I'm going to lay that right here. This shade is so vibrant on its own that I should not have to wet the brush or lay down a glitter base or anything like that. Sometimes, depending on the formula and the finish, I'll have to lay something down just to make sure that it sticks to the eyelid and I get the vibrance that I'm wanting. But as you can see, I don't have any trouble with this shadow. How are things going with you guys and your kids and their virtual learning? Do you have something that's similar to what we're doing in Shelby County where my kids go, or is it? I know that there's some people that were doing hybrid. Part of it's online, part of it is in person, and then e-learning. I'm not quite sure what. From my understanding, e-learning is kind of when you're left by yourself. I guess they kind of do some of the work. I'm not sure exactly, but I've heard like different formats that people are using. But what are you guys using? How is it working out for you? I'm supposed to be a substitute teacher. That's normally what I do, but I haven't heard anything as far as like substituting virtually. So I don't know if that's even going to be an option, while we're doing the virtual learning. But I have my Lyft driving. So, I'm earning a little bit of income anyway. So, that's good. Now for my inner corner highlight, I'm either going to go with Silver Millennium, which is this one right here, or Silver Crystal, which is kind of a rosier shade. I think I want to go with this one. I want something just really smooth and vibrant. And this shade right here is a Super Shock shade. I love the Super Shock formulas. I'm going to put that right there in that inner corner. I'm going to go ahead and wet this one just to make it stand out and pop just a little bit more. Spray. There we go. There we go. Now we are getting that shine and shimmer and glow. I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to do my liner and my lashes. Then we'll come back and we'll throw on these blushes and some of these lip products. I'm going to be using some new lashes. These are from Tony. These are the XL Wispy Dramatic 3D mink lashes. As you can see, these are kind of big and dramatic. But I thought with this look, these should be perfect. And we're back. Lashes are on. What do you guys think? I don't think I've ever worn lashes this big before. This is pretty dramatic. I trimmed the outside, but I might need to take off just that little bit right there in the end because it's kind of poking me a little bit, but I do like the way they look. They're very fluffy and perfectly dramatic for this look, but let's go ahead and throw on some blush. We have From the Moon and Cat's Eye, as we mentioned in the very beginning of the video. The question is, which one of these do I want to do? Peachy pink or more lavendery pink? I think I want to go with this one, which is Cat's Eye. This is the one that I think I'm going to throw on. These have a little bit more shimmer to them. I am so excited to finally get these. Like I said, it took 3 restocks on Colourpop and 2 restocks on Ulta before I finally was able to get this full collection and grab these blushes. I almost bought them on Mercari. I'm glad that I didn't. Mercari is a website you can go on and they sell, you can buy, used things. People, a lot of times that people buy, not necessarily used things, but like people will buy what's the word I'm looking for? High demanded products like the Jeffree Star products and stuff like that, and then resell them for a higher price. And that's what people were doing when the Sailor Moon blushes first launched, because they sold out so fast. So people were buying them up and then selling them for a higher price in Mercari. And I almost bought some. The cheapest I saw was $23. These I think are $12 retail. So people were trying to make like a $10, $11 profit, which isn't too bad. But I'm glad that I waited because I was finally able to get them at retail on the Colourpop website. And oh my God, that is such a beautiful blush. It's not matte. Like I said, there's shimmer in the blush. You don't really see like a whole lot of the shimmer and the sparkle, but there's like a really pretty luminescence to it. My God, that is a beautiful blush. Oh, I'm so glad that I finally got these. This collection doesn't have a highlighter, so I'm going to be pulling the Lunar Beauty Moon Prism Blush Palette. This is from Manny MUA. This came out like maybe a month and a half, 2 months ago. I missed it when it first launched. I had to wait for the restock. But this is such a beautiful palette. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking this shade right here. This one is called Soleil. It's kind of a shimmer blush. It's so like just light and luminescent that it works as a highlighter. So I'm going to take it and just put it right here on the very tops of my cheekbones. You see that? It has kind of a gold, rosy kind of undertone to it. It's just so beautiful and just works perfect as a highlighter for blush formulas like this one. A little bit on the nose, a little bit on the Cupid's bow. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, like I said, it's a blush, but the shade and the tone just makes it perfect for highlighter. If you're someone of my skin tone, if you're more fair, it might be a little too deep on you to use as a highlighter, but of course it'd be perfect as a blush. And of course, looking at this packaging, I instantaneously thought Sailor Moon, so of course it was perfect to pull out for this particular look. Now for the lips. Which color, which collection do I want to go with? As far as the mattes, they're both pink. It just depends on if I want a lighter pink or a deeper pink. I think I'm going to go with the deeper pink. And I think I'm going to go ahead and throw on one of the glosses too. Even though you guys know I don't normally like glosses, but I think it'd be fun to try one out for this video. I don't have a lip pencil in this collection either, so I'm just going to use this NK pencil in red to line my lips real quick, and then we'll come back and we'll throw on our lips. Lips are lined. I'm going to take Usagi here and I'm going to put that on real quick. I really like the Ultra Blotted Matte formula. I don't like it as much as the Luxe lips. The Luxe ones I do like a little bit better, but this is a pretty nice formula. And that is a very pretty pink. Oh my goodness, that's really, really pretty. I just realized I never actually set my face using the setting spray, but you know what? I'm kind of okay with it. This is more of a matte finish, and I do like the glow and luminescence that I have going on today. So I think I'm going to leave it just like this and not set it down because I don't really want it to be matte today. I'm going to go ahead and add a little gloss using this Ultra Glossy Lip. This one is in Sailor Moon. I have never used any of these glossy lips, but then again, I don't normally use gloss. So the biggest complaint that I have about this, and I've actually seen many people say something about it, is that this is a very, very hard tip. I don't understand that. Like I said, I don't know if you can see it. It's a really, really hard tip. It's not like a brush. I don't understand why they wouldn't either switch this to a brush or use a doe foot. The really, really hard applicator just doesn't make sense, but I'm going to apply Just a little. Mainly I think I want to kind of apply it in the middle, not necessarily all the way to the outside. And blot. Okay, that's kind of pretty. Just in the inside of the lip, like that. Now, what do I think of that? Kind of sticky. Smells really, really good though. It's kind of like sugary, kind of candy-like, which makes sense for Sailor Moon. I do like the way it looks. I will give you that much. The glossy lip does look pretty. Do I like this formula? I don't know. It's kind of sticky. If I were going to wear a gloss, this formula is probably not the one that I would go with, but I do like the way that it looks. It's very glossy. I might have to do this more often. I almost completely forgot about the face glitters. We have got to make sure that we play around with the face glitters. I'm going to take this one, which is Moonlight Legend. I think that's what that says. I'm going to put that on the right cheek. Oh my goodness, that's just so pretty. I don't normally wear face glitters, but I definitely want to give these a try. I need a mirror so I can see better what I'm doing. This one has like these kind of silver and pinky flecks of glitter in them. Can you guys see that? Oh my goodness, that looks so pretty. I think I'm going to take a little bit and I'm going to put it right here, just above my eyebrow as well. I don't normally do that, but I don't know, I kind of want to play around and just have just a little bit of fun with these. Now I'm going to take Moon Prism Pore, which is kind of the purpley one. This one I think has like little moons and stuff in it, but I'm going to take this one and I'm going to add it to the other cheek. It's like I keep trying to do it in my monitor. I need a mirror so I can really see what I'm doing. Okay, this one has little stars and little moons in it. Oh my goodness. Can you see it? Oh my goodness, that is so pretty. Oh, one thing I will say about this formula is that everything sticks. Like when you put it on, it actually goes where you want it to go. Oh my word, I like that. That is pretty. And I'm going to take a little bit and put it above this brow on this side. Oh my goodness, that is just so pretty. Oh, now I have had this face glitter for a little while. I just got this in the last restock, but I have not played with it yet. So this is the first time I have used either one of the face glitters, and they are just, oh my God, I feel so magical right now. And that was my full face using the Sailor Moon Colourpop collection. It took me a while, guys, but I finally got every single piece and I loved every single one of them. This entire collection is so beautiful, so magical. Everything from the outer packaging to the packaging on the actual products themselves. Everything is just absolutely gorgeous. I love the eyeshadow palette. I think the colors are just so pretty and vibrant. The blush formula is so beautiful. I love the face glitters. I love the lipstick. I even enjoyed the gloss. I don't like the formula so much, but I do like the way that it actually looks on the lips. So I might have to give these a try more in the future. If you're new to my channel, I would love it if you hit subscribe and join our little family. And if you would like to be notified of any videos that may be coming up in the future, just be sure to tap the notification bell down below. You'll be notified each and every time. Be safe, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.